Have here. Representative Moran of Virginia is a co-sponsor of SOCA and has been a tireless friend of the environment. Shh. Hey, if someone's talking next to you, go shh. Thank you. We could not be more thrilled to have Representative Moran here, so could please give a big Citizens Climate Lobby to Representative Jim Moran of Virginia.
And I'm delighted to see my good friend Bob here speaking to you, as well as Pete, of course. We have a bill as well. We introduced it on Earth Day. It's HR 672. Sometimes there's wonks in the room who write that stuff down. Check it out. But basically, it's about our responsibility as shepherds of the earth we live on, and the moral imperative really to address climate change. And so I appreciate all of you for the fact that you were here on behalf of that very purpose. Now, as you know, this is about future generations more than it is about us, because things are going to get worse if we don't dramatically alter the political and legislative trends in this country. And I have to be honest with you, of course, the current outlook is very grim. Did I just turn this up? The current outlook is very grim. It really is. You know, so we can't approach this in any kind of naive fashion. This is going to take a lot of work. Bob knows that very well. It's unbelievable that Bob was defeated. Gosh sakes. I mean, he was so honest and thoughtful and hardworking and smart. I'm not enough of the stroking, but you know, every time I see him, I think, well, how did that happen? You know, anyways, but we are confronted with, you know, this kind of Tea Party extremism. And right now, a majority in the House rejects the notion of collective action for the common good, and really scorns much of the work of science, and kind of many worship this mythical pursuit of individualism to the exclusion of all else. I mean, it's social Darwinism gone mad. It's you know, there's truths to everything, but when you carry things to the extreme, they can be very harmful, and that's what's playing out now. We have the schism, whether it's on health care or the expiring Bush tax cuts or the farm bill with regard to food assistance to the poor and so on. There's just such difficulty in reaching any kind of compromise. In terms of the environment, Congressman Waxman tallied the floor votes over the last 18 months and found that the House, over the last 18 months, has voted against the environment 247 times. 247 votes where the majority voted against the environment. That's one anti-environmental vote for every day that the House has been in session. And we're going to have another one today. Now, you know, I don't know how you feel about offshore drilling. I just came from there to argue against it. It is not a good thing to do, at least off Virginia's shores where I know something about it. We'd create a whole lot more jobs if we'd focus on wind energy off the coast. What's particularly troubling is we can see the effects of climate change on our planet. I mean, it's every day you pick up the newspaper. More than half of this nation's counties are facing drought conditions, and intense storms are more frequent and severe. We just experienced them throughout the Washington area. There was a story over the weekend in the New York Times about Maine and what the warmer waters off Maine's coast. You know, I used to spend a lot of time in Maine. The water off Maine's coast was frigid. You shrink, Bob, when you walk into that water. You know what I mean? That's just, you know.
You don't go past a certain point.
Whoever thought that the waters off Maine's coast would get warm, but the lobster harvesting is the second leading source of income in Maine, and the lobsters aren't growing their hard shells because the water is too warm to trigger the growth of that hard shell. Just one example, there's thousands of examples. But heat waves and wildland fires and municipal water shortages, they're all becoming the new normal. The problem is that complacency with that new normal is really going to set in among the public unless we speak up. We have to inform the public, and we've got to really, fight to save our future. That's basically the bottom line. You don't want to, it's hard to overstate how important this is. Some of us will continue to speak up in Congress, but the fact is that there is going to be no change in the results up here between now and Election Day. So this is not about what's going to happen in the Congress. It's about what's going to happen throughout the country, in every town and community and village and home. That's where the change is going to happen. So your mission as your founder, Marshall Saunders, I've read about what he's doing and why he did this. Your purpose is to inform and to engage the public. That's what our democracy is all about. That's why we have a democracy. Yeah. That's the way it's supposed to work. Yeah. I'll just share with you because Tim Aiken does my environmental work, and he and Taurus is too from the Forest Service. They're wonderful. I've got wonderful staff who work on this every day, and I know they must be even more frustrated than I am. But Tim wrote into my notes about an allusion to I have this poster on the wall, and it's of John Kennedy, and it has his face showing real determination, and his hand is gripped firmly onto the tiller and the line, and he's tacking into the wind. It's clear. And below the sailboat, there's this quote from President Kennedy. It says, "One person can make a difference, but everyone should try." Yeah. And that's what you are doing. That's why you're here, and that's why we applaud your commitment to dare to make that difference. So thank you all very much.